So, had some technical issues had to work through. And we're definitely using backup systems here, but here we go. This is Coffee Talk-ish. On a Monday morning, it is April the 29th. My apologies for being a few minutes tardy. Had to, I don't know why the transmission system to get Coffee Talk's graphics from Wesh to home were not working. So the quality is not going to be as necessarily beautiful as it normally is. As long as you're okay with that, we're going to be okay with that. Just trying to take lemons and make lemonade, I suppose. But that's what we're going to do. So, all right, that's set. That's set about as pretty as I'm going to make it today. All right, a live look outside in Ocala, and it is beautiful this morning. Mainly clear skies over top of us. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day, people. Beautiful, beautiful weather. Mostly clear skies. Nothing really to see in the metro on our first warning live Doppler radar. We put the radar into motion, though, and notice we've got a few showers coming in here around Brevard County. The kind of Patrick Space Force Base area watching a little bit of rain. Nothing strong, nothing severe, but there is a little bit of rain that we have to watch. So some showers moving on through. No big deal. Temperatures out the door in the 60s and 70s again. It is just lovely. It will be lovely all day. Man, it's going to be a beautiful day. Good morning to you, my friends. I hope we're all making it a great day. I hope so. It's beautiful outside. It will be beautiful outside this morning. Comfortable temperatures. Lunchtime, right around 80, 81 degrees. Into the afternoon, 85, 86. A warm breeze. Not bad. Love it. Oh my gosh, everybody's wishing me a happy birthday. Thank you, everybody. Hi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Janice says it's a beautiful morning. Debbie, thank you very much. Stephanie, good morning. I missed a bunch of your birthday wishes. Thank you. Janice, Jane, thank you, thank you. Brittany, Bruce, y'all are making me feel old. Yukon says, Lordy, Lordy. Eric Burris, meteorologist, is 40. Yeah. Hi, Stella. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see you made your birthday weather perfect. Pretty darn close to it, right? It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Here's the high temperatures today. 86 in Orlando, 80 degrees Daytona Beach, 81 in Melbourne. Man, how lovely is this? It's a pretty day. Denise, good morning to you. Sun just peeped out in O'Galley. It's beautiful. It is beautiful outside, isn't it? Man, oh man. Melanie, good morning. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, everybody, you're too kind. You're all too kind. Thank you, Patty, Terry. Janice says you don't look 40. I don't feel 40. Now I'm understanding when people say things like age is just a number, because I agree. Yukon, 29 was a hard birthday. 40 was great. 45 plus is getting hard. I get that. I think we're just doing the best we can here, right? I think that's, as long as we're all just doing the best we can in life, then we're doing okay. That's all. Debbie says, stick with me and stay 23. That's pretty good. You ought to run for president with that. Thank you very much, Mary. Beverly, if you're feeling old, I must be ancient. No, I think that all of us are just kind of rolling through life. We're doing the best we can, trying to make it as good of a day as we possibly can. For all of us, no matter if it's your birthday or not, right? Seriously, you're going to give me this much grief? Where are all the graphics? This has got to be a joke. This is my graphics library right now. Nothing. Why is everything difficult today? I mean, I can't be crazy, right? Let me run you again. Literally, my Mac gave me grief, and the computer at Wesh is giving me grief. I'm like, I can take a single point failure here, no problem. But you give me multiple failures, that's just odd. I think we're back. Okay, we're back now. Here's my graphics library now. Okay, that's That's better. Right? Like that was the third failure for the day. Like, what are we doing here? All right. So it's beautiful this morning. It's going to be beautiful through the day today. Let's go longer range and just kind of get a lay of the land, right? Nice warm conditions around, adding some showers in there the next couple of days. Not going to be washout weather, but we are adding in a few showers. Rain chances are creeping up little bit by little bit, but then so are temperatures. Like, here's our rain chances, okay? We're sitting at a 30% coverage for your Tuesday, sitting at about the same thing for, Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. It's going to be beautiful, right? It's going to be beautiful weather. Now, in terms of temperatures, if you're asking yourself, where are we going from here? We're getting into the upper 80s. This week is going to be a week that we start to bring things up. I'll pop up the 7-day forecast here and take note to the fact that there's no cold fronts, right? We're getting into May, and May is always moving month in Central Florida. May is the time where you start to mentally get there to summer break. You mentally start shifting to summer activities. Gisela said it right. It's pool time during the month of May, right? Upper 80s, adding showers. Now let's look and see what Futurecast says here. If you're curious why the graphics look so bad, it's because I'm having to run it like directly off of my screen, which is not usually a very good. It's not the highest resolution method. All right, so watch on Futurecast here, and let's just see. Onshore winds, no, looking pretty good. I'm looking for sea breeze. Like, do we get sea breeze activity? Maybe, yeah, right there. So as early as tomorrow, Futurecast is trying to generate an East Coast and a West Coast sea breeze and bring them together. You see that right there? Let's look at Wednesday. Okay, first off, like, it's even going with some thunderstorms on a collision tomorrow. There's that. Let's look at Wednesday. Ooh, Wednesday, it's trying to show some fog. You see that fog out west there? All right. Fog clears. Sea breeze. Sea breeze collision. How funny. So, we're getting there. We're getting there. Mickey's asking, is this a sea breeze action? A preview of sea breeze action? Kind of is, right? How funny. My sister is visiting in 3 weeks, Cheryl says. What is the long range showing for mid-May? We will take a look for sure. Matt says, I have missed the sea breeze storms, right? I do love a good sea breeze storm. I do. Not even going to lie. There's parts of summer I absolutely loathe, and then there's parts of summer that I just love. I love the sea breeze storms. That's just me. Janice, what do you plan to do for your birthday? So, I've alluded to this. My mother is not doing well, and I would venture on to say my time with her is severely limited. So, I'm going over right after coffee talk, and we are going to celebrate my birthday together. I'm going to bring over like a little cake thing, and if I'm honest with you, my brother's going to come over, he said, and we're just it's silly, but for me, on a very selfish note, all I wanted for my birthday was that my mom would hang out long enough. And so we did that. So we're going to celebrate this morning. And if my boss is watching, I'm going to be late for work. And if my boss is watching, I'm probably going to leave early from work. And if my boss is watching, I'm probably going to do that if I'm not on TV for the next couple days, however long. If the boss is watching, I'm not even sad about it. About leaving early. I'm sad about the mom part, but, not leaving early. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be a little selfish with that. So, yeah. Brother Frank, can you give her some love, For me too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jane, thank you very much. I would tell you, Jeannie had wanted to do a little thing for my birthday this weekend, and my birthday wish was just that my mother has peace and comfort in this transition. And so anything that I can do to be around with her, to help her feel good and comfortable and loved, I'm going to do. And I don't mean to take this down, but you guys asked what my plan was. So that's just the raw, honest truth. Sucks. But life is not perfect, right? And so we just kind of have to roll with these things and do the best we can. So that's that. William's asking, do we have a hurricane heading toward Florida this week? That's what someone told me. I'm just curious, William, why you always uniquely ask odd questions like that. No, I would not be talking about anything but the hurricane if a hurricane was heading toward us. True story. Now, let's take a look and see what's doing out there. Okay. So satellite imagery from the entire Atlantic, not really showing much. Big upper level low out past Bermuda. No tropical development expected over the next 7 days' time. So there's that. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. Just lost my mother-in-law 2 weeks ago, and I know it's never going to be easy losing a parent. It's truth. It's truth. Yeah. Carol, you do you. May you find comfort and peace. Thank you. I appreciate it. And again, like I said, I don't mean to bring us down, but you guys asked, and I've always told you I'm going to just be as honest as I can with you. So that's my plan. I will have a tiny slice of carrot cake before 11 o'clock this morning. And that's what it is. So no, nothing out in the tropics that are developing tomorrow or are threatening us in Central Florida. My brother Frank says I just lost my mother-in-law as well. And I mean, geez, I was with you, Frank, when that was going down, and it was just sad. Family is one of those things. It's kind of like when I mean, this is goofy, but like when I got Stella, I remember telling her, I love you, pup, but dang it, you're going to break my heart one day. And I think that kind of goes with family too, right? Like you can love your family so much, but odds are either you will break their heart one day or they will break your heart one day. It just is what it is. So, all right, let's look ahead and just kind of get an idea of where we're at here, right? So high pressure, I mean, we know it's beautiful, but as that high shifts around, even this is the GFS model. GFS is going with lower pressure over us this week. Not in anything significant, but just in terms of we're going to start to get some of those Seabury storms going. Interestingly enough, it's not really wanting to show a big low. Now, you see right there, this is the 8th and the 9th. You see that kind of low pressure off the coast of the Carolinas? That's interesting. We'll have to see how that storm system progresses, but that fits the pattern. And then after that, little front, some decent storms around mid-May. We do know that the long-range pattern should favor, what was it, like late May? I don't have the date in front of me at the moment, but like late May, if I recall, that's when we should focus on the big part of the cycling pattern over us. Let's just look and see. That's a decent little storm system. What date is that? That's stand by. I'm checking. I've got to check my dates here. So that's like May 7th, 8th, 9th. So that lines up. GFS isn't really showing it, but around, excuse me, May 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. I'll have to go back and look at the European in a minute. Little storm system from the Gulf. Little cold front coming in around the 10th, 11th, 12th. And then just thereafter, a little area of low pressure. Little area of low pressure developing off of South Florida. That's like the 16th. Interesting. And then outside of that, we can look at the model data. This is where we go like super long range, and it's just an idea. But there's that area of low pressure, high pressure. Little something coming in the Big Bend area. When is that? That's like the 22nd. So pause. I just want to look. The 22nd. When is that part of the cycling weather pattern? So you see there's like an indication of low pressure in the Gulf. That's around the 22nd. Come on, computer. Why are the computers giving me grief today? Like, seriously. Is that the 22nd? There you go. May 19th through the 24th, that part cycles through Big Bend, and there's kind of the area of low pressure there showing up. Right? So, interesting. And then high pressure builds in, and then there's something there that's around 1, 2. That's like the 27th, 28th. Decent little multi-prong low. So late, I would say like late month, definitely looking interesting. I would also point out, like, what's this little thing on the far left side? Is that like some sort of a Pacific storm late May? Interesting. Looks interesting to me. Terry, low pressure doesn't always mean storms, do they? I'm just looking for hints. I'm not looking for anything significant, right? Although, you know, you just kind of watch and see how it all plays out. I do want to look and see. So that's the GFS, not really showing anything May, like 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Let's go back a run. I just want to look and see. This one's showing a little something more, and you can see that area of low pressure kind of rolling off the Carolinas. We'll go back 2 runs. Yeah, so the GFS isn't going crazy. Let's switch over to the European. Well, it's a little later, but it's kind of showing something. Firing up over the Carolinas for later. So like 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, that makes sense. Now, this is a new product. So you've got the standard European. Goes out 90 hours in some runs. It goes out 240 hours in other runs. The AIFS, it's an AI model. It's based on the European, but it's an AI model. New, may I add. And it's showing something. It's a couple of days late, but it's showing something. Because that part of the pattern, that's this part of the pattern here. Okay. That's this part of the pattern, like the northern Gulf Coast into the Carolinas low. I don't have a May date on there because it was too early in May. But if I go to my my spreadsheet to just kind of eyeball this part of the pattern is about to come up in the next week and a half. Let me pull it up and then I'll be able to tell you exactly. Stand by. It's loading. All right, so where are we? We are May 6th, the cycle day 22. Cycle day 22 is the 31st. So that low is coming around May 11th. May 11th is cycle day 27. Cycle day 27 is going to be about November 5th. So the timing isn't there perfectly, but this storm system, northern Gulf Coast, kind of see northern Gulf Coast and then popping up out east. I think that the models are just trying to get the timing right. But either way, they're trying to figure it out. But we're still working through the cycling, so this is going to be the next area. Too early for actual genuine tropical stuff, though. Don't be surprised if you see like a decent little. Oh my goodness, why is this computer getting glitchy today? Don't be surprised if you see like a decent little low crossing there and then kind of working up into the Carolinas. And then after that, late May, we'll be watching around the northern Gulf Coast, Big Bend, and around South Florida. That's going to be the Gulf to Florida low, May 19th through the 24th. So we'll watch. We'll see how it all plays out. If you're interested in reading more about the hurricane season forecast we put out, wesh.com/hurricane forecast is where you can go and get all of that fun stuff. Yeah. All right. I took all the Burris hurricane forecasts and planned 2 road trips around them this summer. So truth be told, I was struggling to get vacation, so I booked a cruise, but I admittedly did not check the long-range forecast. I'm cruising June 16th through the 23rd. Let's just check the dates here. Don't judge me while I do this. June 16th through the 23rd. Okay, that's okay. Okay. 16th through the 23rd. So it would be that part of the pattern. Yeah. So June 16th through the 23rd, I'm cruising. And this part of the pattern recycles in that window. And I'll be in the Gulf of Mexico. Southern Gulf. They're like down near Campeche. So this is the part of the pattern that cycles during my cruise. Don't judge me. Not on Disney. No, we're doing Royal. I'll do Disney when we can get my brother and his wife, and we'll get all the kids together, and it'll just become one big disaster together. We'll get there. How many times will a system cycle? How does a system become cyclical? Lucas, there's essentially the idea. Yeah, the forecast is plus or minus a couple of days. Yukon, that's right. So the idea behind our long range forecasting, it's really quite. It's complex, but it's quite simple, right? The idea is in October and November, a new pattern sets up, and then you try to look for it and observe it, and then see how long until it recycles. And it's about every, 30, it's like every 40 to 70 days, and you just kind of have to wait and see. And every year, it's a different cycle duration. So, you can learn more about that on wesh.com/hurricane forecast. Yeah, Royal's great. We've done a couple of Royals, but so a friend works. We've had him on Coffee Talk. Craig Setzer is the chief meteorologist at Royal Caribbean, and he and I were chatting, and there may or may not have been a discount code offered, and friends and family, and I couldn't not do it. Give your mom a hug from all of us. Absolutely, I will. All right, so any questions? Comments, concerns about anything? Tiffany praying for rain next weekend so I don't have to do yard work. There'll be some showers. It's not going to be a washout, though. Really, June. Hopefully the most that would form is a little tropical storm. Hopefully it doesn't interrupt the trip. The thing is, you'll be fine with the motion. It's all about the family. Agreed. And I picked June instead of July or August or September. Manolfi has tried to cruise in the peak of hurricane season. It's like, geesh, Louise. What were you thinking? Lucas says, bring some storms. I mean, this is the way it looks when you start with the sea breeze activity. The models try, and then sometimes you get like a quick little front sneaking on through, and it tries. It tries. Diane, we're having a Kentucky Derby Star Wars Day party Saturday. That's a lot happening. So you want to accidentally hint on what that promo code is? It was like a one-time XY439 ampersand, all that stuff. So Yeah. Oh, Taylor, we need a good what from Mother Nature? You're such a putz. Oh boy, oh boy. All right, so a couple of showers, warming temperatures. That's kind of what we've got ahead, my friends. Right? Sound good? Sound good? All right, listen, thank you all so much for hanging out. For Coffee Talk, thank you for hanging out for my birthday. Thank you for spending it with me. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Message, Spock? Oh, man. Yeah. Didn't he then say where the quote was from? Like, Hamlet, Act 3, or something like that. You always know how to get me off topic when you quote original Star Wars movie lines. Okay, that's all I got. Be the sunshine in someone else's day, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Sound good? All right. Bye, y'all. Take care.